Yo, what's up? This is Decoy. This is Nasha, and I'm here with Akash.
Yo, what's up, boys? We're
Been a
back.
while, but we're back, and
It's good to be back.
yeah, we didn't have anything really important to talk about today, so I don't know. What do you want to talk about, Akash?
We're just having like a chill conversation. Two
Yeah.
bros, homies, for a couple of years.
Yup.
We just want to talk about, what's in store for 2020 and in fact 2021.
What's happened in 2020 so far, anyway? I mean, January has been long as fuck, but yeah.
Coronavirus is like, the MVP of
Oh, is that?
January 2020.
Why is the virus the MVP
Yeah,
of January? It's the shittiest beginning to any year so far. Not for me personally, but just in general.
I think we all had a shitty beginning to the year. Let's hope that February.
Yeah, but not everyone. Most people had a fine January. I don't know.
I don't know. You think so?
You're eating a salad. You're clearly
Yeah.
having a good January.
New Year, new
You
beginnings,
bits.
bitch. New Year, new beginnings. Let's get right to it. I think you wanted to talk about, what is
Instagram? Are you on Instagram?
Just checking the gram. We're doing this for the gram, bitches.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so what happened? So we wanted to talk about
I know, since we've been
Death
away,
Stranding, which you're basically a bitch and you couldn't hook that up.
we are working on it. We're experiencing a couple of technical difficulties, but we will.
No, I don't know. I mean, it'll probably be too
It's
late.
coming. It's coming.
It'll be too late to talk about it by
I
the
promise
time
all our fans
we
that
fix
we
it.
are
It's
getting-
already been. It came out like in November. It's been 2 months
you know,
since the Death
all our
Stranding.
fans that we are getting it done as soon as possible.
We have fans, sir.
Yeah, we have.
No, we don't.
We've got the Benjaminites.
That's not what we're calling it. The Benjaminites.
Yeah. It's like, we're going all Old Testament up in this.
Sure.
Benjaminites.
Yeah, but one of the fun things that I read though, it's at least coming out. Nothing happened in January that was as like interesting.
January serves
So-
as the hype for the rest of the year.
Not really, but I don't know. But so Birds of Prey has come out in January.
Yeah.
I was
Birds of
telling
Prey,
you,
which-
I'm not watching it
Why aren't you watching it?
because, like I said, it's just like it's gonna be like that female Ghostbusters movie. That's my prediction.
But yeah, I think you'll be right about that because Birds of Prey, I think they're trying to make it like.
But I like Ewan McGregor, so I want to watch it.
But
Is
is
he
it
Black
really
Mask?
Ewan McGregor? Is it? I think it's like Ewan McGregor.
It's
just
Black
like-
Mask. Black
like being
Mask
a
isn't that
caricature.
big of a villain either.
No, but Black Mask is like a very huge villain. He has like a really good storyline in Arkham Origins. If you play that game, that was like spectacular. French kiss. He had a really good story, and the Arkham Origins game was like actually put Black Mask into the forefront as a really cool character, as a really interesting character. I would put like apart from the Joker, obviously, him and Hush side by side would be like
Yeah.
the best villains.
What the fuck was Hush about? Why did
Hush is like has the most creepiest storyline, and again,
it wasn't? I mean, it wasn't creepy. It was fine.
it is.
I mean, it was good. It wasn't bad, but
Are
it
you
wasn't.
talking about the new movie, Hush?
Yeah,
Yeah, it's based
But
on
why-
the comic book story. Yeah. Hush.
yeah, but then it was just like the Riddler, basically.
Yeah, it wasn't the Riddler. It was basically Bruce Wayne's past catching up to him. Basically,
Yeah, no, but
Again-
it was the Riddler.
and again,
He was Hush.
Yeah, the Riddler was Hush.
Spoilers, but yeah, Hush has been out since for like
No, and again, another most beautiful part is like in Arkham City. I mean, the Arkham games like does such good justice to the Rogues Gallery and Batman. There's this little side quest in Arkham City where you find out about Hush,
right.
and that's like really creepy. You get to like go to this like a little like when you find out like there's been like a bunch of
Okay, oh no,
person-
but if you're talking about it being creepy on the game, that I get that. But I was talking about the animated movie that came out.
Yeah. No,
Hush.
what I'm saying is like that really, puts to the forefront what kind of character is Hush.
Yeah,
You
but
know?
you're saying Black Mask is like Hush?
Not on that level. I feel I think like Hush is
Like the
even
only
better
saving
character.
grace for Birds of Prey right now, at least for me, is
Ewan
I
McGregor.
would probably go watch it only because Ewan McGregor is playing Black Mask. But I mean, yeah,
No.
Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn's fine, which is really good at it. But I don't know if it's like another women team up movie. It's nothing wrong about it. I just don't feel like I'm the target audience for it. I'd probably watch it on streaming later
Oh, let's hope they do
when it
justice
comes
to a
out.
character like Black Mask because
Are you watching it?
Yeah, definitely I'm going tomorrow. Because I generally figured out that Black Mask would be a character, a really good, cool character to explore in the Matt Reeves Batman movies. I think he would be a really good antagonist for Robert Pattinson to go up against, you know. But they have their own ideas, and like I can't complain.
Yeah.
But that kind of like a mob boss.
Is it the same universe still?
Yeah, it is. It is.
Because
Matt
Margot
Reeves,
Robbie,
the Matt
Margot
Reeves Batman is a
Robbie's
prequel.
Margot Robbie's Harley Quinn featured in like the Ben Affleck
Yeah,
Batman canon,
yeah.
but now he stepped down and it's
Because
Robert Pattinson.
basically the Justice League, the DC Cinematic EU,
That doesn't exist.
they've put that on hold, and
Over there, no.
yeah, I think the DCU has been put on hold, so they don't know how to
Yeah, I don't
further
know
explore
if
that
this.
character.
I don't know if this Harlequin's gonna come in on the Robert Pattinson Batman movie. If it does, it's gonna be weird. And I heard that Jared Leto's Joker is not featured in this movie either.
No, he is not.
So, and I don't want it crossing over to Joaquin Phoenix's Joker either. So yeah, basically right now I don't want any of the other movie. There's nothing out there for DC movies right now that says that these two movies can go together, unless it's like Wonder Woman, the sequel that's coming up could probably go with
1984.
it could go with like the previous Wonder Woman movie, but other than that, yeah,
No.
I mean DC's in a weird place.
No,
So,
yeah,
but anyway,
DC
like
is a
Birds
real-
of Prey is not really helping the situation. It's gonna be like Ghostbusters meets Suicide Squad.
Yeah, but the thing is,
I don't feel like there's gonna be character development. I don't feel like there's gonna be any set up for like the next movie or the extended DC universe.
no, I think this will lead into Suicide Squad 2. I think that we might see a couple of characters like this the
Maybe.
new Deadshot, the new Deadshot.
You think Will Smith will come back?
No, Will Smith is not coming back. I think Idris Elba is the new Deadshot.
Really?
Yeah.
When did they announce that?
Yeah, I think he's pretty much like rumored to be
Oh,
part of the
it's
Suicide
rumored. Yeah, I mean,
I think we'll get a look into Suicide Squad 2 and see the kind of universe James Gunn is, building up. And I think we'll get to see like how characters from the first Suicide Squad have gotten in, like Captain Boomerang, and I think Diablo died, right? Yeah, I think Enchantress is also there.
No, the Enchantress died. That was the whole point of the first movie.
Yeah, she was the main villain. And I think we'll find out how James Gunn has carried over that universe. Oh, John Cena's in it, and Idris Elba. See, just checking out IMDb right now. So that is releasing on 2021. 6th of August in 2021. Written by James Gunn, directed by James Gunn. As has Taika Waititi as well. Exactly. So I think this will lead into Suicide Squad 2. It won't lead into.
It could, but I don't think you need to watch this to be able to watch Suicide Squad. Like
definitely.
You definitely skip this movie and just go directly to Suicide Squad 2. So whatever.
Definitely. John Cena's cast as Peacemaker. I am not familiar with that character in the comics. Maybe he might be a good character. Let's see.
So not too excited for Birds of Prey.
Okay.
I watched Bad Boys 2 yesterday.
Oh, how was it?
That was fun. I mean, it was like they were just banking on the property overall.
Nostalgia?
Yeah, like the old Bad Boys.
Yeah.
It was funny. It had a lot of action, but Martin Lawrence is like old,
Yeah, exactly.
visibly old.
But it's not the fact that he's visibly old. It's like
I mean, I
he's
don't care that
retired.
he's old. Like they established that these are two old, almost retiring cops.
Cops.
But you know, eh, I don't know if they should have done that much action. But also, like, where the heck? Okay, again, spoilers. Does this movie come out recently?
Yeah.
Much recently,
Yeah,
right?
it's
Should
come-
we spoil it? Fuck
yeah.
it, we'll spoil it. I don't give a shit.
I don't think.
But
people
it's
care.
so like, why
Spoiler
would
warnings if you
I
haven't
mean?
watched the movie.
It's not like such an amazing script that you want to spoil. It's fine.
I mean, come on.
It's like a fast.
popcorn
It's like a Fast and Furious movie. You know what's gonna happen. It's just you don't go there for the story. It's just for the cars and the explosions. And it's basically the thing with Bad Boys. It's just that Will Smith and Martin Lawrence's chemistry and jokes.
These young,
There's
hot-blooded cops in the first movie. Young, hot-blooded cops,
yeah.
who,
So that had a different vibe. This was a bit more like the Fast and Furious franchise type of thing. I'm sure like people will be fans of it, but it's not gonna be talked about for like
people
for a
that-
long time.
I mean,
People are not gonna talk about it for a long time. It's hype now. It's a good movie. It's entertaining. You can watch it, but it's not gonna be like 6 years later. People aren't gonna be like, "Hey, remember that Bad Boys 3 that came out?
Definitely.
Bad Boys for Life." So yeah, but it was good. I enjoyed it. There's really nothing else that's in the pipeline that I am excited about. There are a couple of movies that I wanted to watch. Jojo Rabbit, I haven't watched that yet.
Oh, you should. It's really good.
Yeah.
Have you watched Parasite?
No, I wanted to watch it. It's in Korean, right?
Yeah, but there is English subtitles. You should watch it.
I don't want
The
to watch
climax
stuff
is
with
just
subtitles.
trippy as fuck.
But I
It's
didn't
like-
want to watch stuff with subtitles.
It's the things take a turn for like the worst of the climax. I've never seen such an escalation of storyline in a movie like Parasite. You think it's just fun and games, a little bit of side, like a little thriller or something like that. It's a it's a satirical take on the socio-economic status of people. The rich keep getting richer, the poor keep getting poorer. There is the divide. There is like a
Yeah.
literal divide. I love the fact that it's a simple thing like rain. The rich people, they love the rain so much, but for like poor people, rain is like the most. It's such an inconvenience because people live in flooded house. The houses get flooded up. Their material positions
Okay,
all get
spoilers.
washed away.
I haven't watched the movie.
No, I'm just giving an example of like
I,
the kind of disparity between the two socio-economic groups.
mm,
And the movie did a really good justice in bringing that out. And things take a turn for the worse in the climax. It just once the switch gets flicked on, it's like
I'd probably watch it. I don't know. I just haven't.
you
I
should-
almost watched it, and then I was like, it's not in English, so I was like, I'll watch it later.
yeah, just give it a go whenever you're free. Jojo Rabbit, on the other hand, was like a really good movie. It's brilliant.
Should watch
brilliantly
that.
written.
Yeah.
Taika Waititi, I think he's like so underrated.
Hey,
People think like he's like just this funny guy.
because like, what's that movie? What We Do in the Shadows is one of my favorite movies.
It's not a movie; it's a TV show.
No, where there's a movie before that, and
Oh,
then they
really?
made it a TV show.
Okay.
So yeah, that thing is like funny as it.
Yeah.
But there's nothing new on Netflix also right now.
Yeah.
I mean, they did come up with I think Altered Carbon. The second
Yeah,
season's
seasons.
coming out. This guy's in it. What's his name?
Anthony Mackie.
Yeah,
Enough from Falcon.
yeah. And what's a guy who was in Suicide Squad? The first
Joel
movie?
Kinnaman.
Yeah, he was in
Yeah,
the
he was on the
first
first
Altered
season.
Carbon.
Yeah.
I couldn't watch it. I watched about 5 episodes and then I
Yeah,
couldn't watch the
it
show
was-
anymore. It was like,
It was way too trippy for my liking, and
it's not trippy. It's just the story was just dragging. It was like such a slow burn for what it advertised before the show came
Yeah.
out. When it actually came out, it was just like so
and not
such
that
a
I'm
slow
complaining,
burn.
but
It was like watching. It gave me like Blade Runner vibes.
But Blade Runner had such a good payoff, but I don't think the payoff was satisfactory in Altered Carbon. That's just my two
I don't know. I
cents.
didn't even get through to the end. The Witcher, everybody is excited about.
Or the Witcher is something that you have to persevere after like
Another one, yeah, another show that I didn't like at all. And I'm not saying like Altered Carbon, I got into like 5 episodes. Witcher, I couldn't get past one and a half.
it takes some perseverance, but like ultimately,
It took me 3 weeks to just watch only the first episode of Witcher. And then
no,
just I haven't been able to go forward from there. And they
but
renewed it for season 2, and I don't know. I mean, I guess
it
there are
gets
fans.
complicated, but like the general rule is like there are 3 timelines.
I heard there's gonna be like an anime style movie also
Of what?
of Witcher. I don't know.
I think it'll be
Why?
a good. Henry Cavill just kills the part. He's like really cool in the movie, in the series. Like I think he's like built to play Gerard.
No, but like so, me and another friend were talking about this, and we had like this huge argument. Um, so I was saying, it didn't have to be played by Henry Cavill. First of all, I don't like Henry Cavill
Yeah, neither did I.
because he
I
fucked
didn't
up
like
Superman.
him. No, he did not fuck
Not
up
Superman. He
Superman.
fucked up like he was like huge. One of the major issues with DCEU not taking off. So screw that guy.
I think that was completely not his problem.
Yeah, he was like asking for like 10 times more pay or whatever.
I mean, I don't think it's about the pay, because if it was about the pay, he wouldn't do a Netflix show, because they pay comparatively less.
No, but he did ask Warner Brothers for like substantial amount of pay, and then Warner Brothers said, "Then we don't want you." And then there was like this, this whole contract negotiation situation at Warner Brothers, and then 2 months later he came out and said, "It's not done and dusted. I still."
Yeah, you still have the cape. Yeah, he still
Yeah,
has cape.
he still has it, and then after that, there's just been no news at all, so we don't know where it is. So
I think he's taking a break from all the Superman shenanigans. And truth be told, DC don't need him. I mean, Shazam. I think Shazam is like
no, but
taking off
how can you not have Superman?
at the moment. At the moment.
I
That's
mean,
what
at the moment, none of the movies kind of
I think
gel with each other. They're just like
exactly
separate movies.
different multiverses, which is why I think Flashpoint will be a very key movie, like merge all the universes together.
If they do it right,
Yeah, if they do
why
it
don't
right.
trust them at this point?
Definitely, but it's one of the. I think that's why DC has such a liberty to like go out and do like a Batman of a different cast, or Superman of a different cast. Or
So
Black
yeah,
Superman.
that's exactly.
Because
So I
there
was just
is-
talking. So I was just saying I was talking to a friend, right? So I was talking about Henry Cavill, and I told him that I basically hate Henry Cavill right now. And I was just telling him actors that who could have played Henry Cavill. I mean, who could have played The Witcher.
Okay. Name one.
I don't know. I was like, can Idris Elba play The Witcher?
Yeah, he sure can.
I had watched it. That would have been awesome.
Yeah. I think Idris Elba would be
Or
perfect.
shit, what's his name from Black Panther?
Chadwick Boseman.
Not Chadwick, the other guy.
Michael B. Jordan.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan.
Oh.
That would have been awesome.
Oh.
But just I don't know. Henry Cavill is just very. I mean, all he's done is had those memes. That's with him just saying fuck.
Yeah, but that was a money shot.
That's his only reaction to everything. And
the
that
money
was
shot.
just he did that like thrice in the first. I've only seen the first episode, so I'm not going off of anything else. So it was just like it's
But
very
I think
difficult
what
to watch.
separates Idris Elba and Michael B. Jordan from Henry Cavill is that Henry Cavill just has a presence.
So my friend
He
is
has, like-
saying
he's like huge.
yeah, but then Idris Elba can go to the gym also. So what the fuck?
Henry Cavill has a huge frame. He just has like a presence. He looks like an otherworldly character.
The Rock could have played it. Scorpion King Rock.
Good luck trying to bring in Rock. For that kind of money.
Dwayne Johnson. Not
Yeah.
Rock. But yeah, I don't know. But anyway, I don't like really care for that show at all. I have just given up. I tried. People kept saying it's awesome. You have to like, break through the first 3 episodes.
Yeah.
So I tried for like 3 weeks, and then it's just like screw this, not happening at all. I liked Watchmen, the TV series.
That is something I didn't watch it.
Yeah, that was good. I mean, it was not, I should say it was decently received, wasn't like very well received. It was okay, and but that's mostly because it had like this whole undertone of addressing race and all of that stuff. There's just Doctor
Racial
Man.
undertones.
Yeah, Doctor Manhattan was black, and there's like this whole KKK thing with the who's that guy with the noose? Who did Justice? So okay, but you need to watch it to understand it. So it was like this thing about like black people and white people type of deal. But as Watchmen does, Watchmen's always been like this oddball, weird,
I think Watchmen like
weirdly
holds a mirror of the
realistic.
society. Yeah.
Yeah, just like this weirdly realistic take on superheroes. It lived up to that for sure. So I liked it. I definitely liked that one. So like so far there has been no show that's like really impressed me yet. There hasn't been a movie that's been insane or amazing. Other than just maybe like a couple of movies that are coming up, and I don't know when these are coming up. I want to watch Tenet, the new Christopher Nolan
Yeah.
joint that they dropped the trailer for. The Marvel DCU Super Bowl trailers for WandaVision and the other MCU stuff. Falcon and the
Falcon, Winter Soldier.
I'm not. I'm like. I guess I just have to like. You just have to like watch it. I will watch it. Falcon and Winter Soldier, but it's not like I will watch it, but it's not gonna be like I'm like excited to know what's gonna happen.
Yeah, definitely. Now, how do you feel about Sonic the Hedgehog?
Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, I'm happy that they changed his face.
I think that could be a sleeper.
Jim Carrey is on it.
Yeah.
It's what that's gonna be like.
It's Jim Carrey playing a caricature of himself. But,
Yeah,
at least if
he's like
having
he's
fun,
like a funny version,
yeah.
like a comic version of the curator, Jeff Goldblum from Thor Ragnarok. He wasn't the curator,
He's
the
the
game
collector.
master. The game master.
I think
No, the collector was Guillermo
yeah,
del Toro, not him.
Guillermo del Toro? He's a director there.
Guillermo, what's his name? The guy from
The Grandmaster.
the Game Master. I'm
Grandmaster.
talking about Jeff Goldblum, the Game
Jeff
Master.
Goldblum is the Game Master.
That's what I said.
The Grandmaster, sorry.
The Grandmaster?
Yeah, he's
Why is he the Grandmaster? I thought he's the Game Master. He like hosted games and shit.
The Grandmaster.
He's a Grandmaster? Fine, the Grandmaster.
Yeah.
Why? Yeah, he should call himself the Game Master. He like doing the whole Roman Colosseum fight, gladiator shit. But yeah.
He's the Grandmaster. Anyway.
But like so Jim Carrey is kind of like that. Gave me that vibes.
Yeah, if Jim Carrey is enjoying himself,
I think Sonic the Hedgehog is gonna be like Spy Kids.
In,
I don't know. Better graphics than Spy Kids.
it could be like a really decent movie. Like,
It could be. I don't know, but I'm not like excited for it.
yeah.
It's Sonic the Hedgehog. He's not that great of a character. He's fine. He's like Donkey Kong.
Definitely.
If they made a Donkey Kong movie, I would probably watch it if I'm not doing anything else.
And yeah, I think that will be another Blumhouse movie, The Invisible Man. I think. It's
Oh yes, like that creepy kind of.
The Universal Pictures Dark Universe. Yeah, I think the Mummy.
Yeah. Oh, that's happening.
Yeah, Bram Stoker's
Oh,
Dracula.
okay.
Yeah.
That's a part of that.
Yeah.
Okay, so that
No, that was actually put on hold. I think.
yeah, that was
since-
put on hold, but that was something I was really excited about
Yeah.
happening. Because have you watched the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen?
Yeah.
Because I actually really liked
was
that
one
movie.
Badass movie. Yeah.
But yeah, so I really wanted to see this thing happen. I don't think the Mummy was that bad. It was fine, especially if you're building a cinematic
I
universe.
mean, the real.
You could have done. They didn't like fuck it up like Justice League.
I mean, the
you
real
know, it
problem
was
was
fine.
like making Tom Cruise the Mummy.
No, Tom Cruise was not the Mummy.
I think he was the Mummy.
Yeah, but the Mummy is not a character in the League.
No, I'm
He
talking-
just got.
I think
He
that.
killed the Mummy,
Yeah,
But then he got
yeah.
like, extraordinary powers, like just he just got
I
stronger.
think in the end his eyes become like turn
Oh
into
yeah,
clay
his,
thing.
his like his
He
eyeballs kind of
yeah.
split like the mummy.
So he becomes the mummy. So that I don't think that was a good choice.
It was fine. I mean, you had to give them a chance to see where they're going with it, because I mean that universe is not that established. I
Yeah.
mean, it's been written
I
like
think
in books or
it was
whatnot,
the
but
only like introduction into the dark universe. I think there was this other like Dracula movie that was supposedly hinting at towards a dark universe, but then
hmm.
you
Did you
couldn't.
see the Dracula show on Netflix? I totally forgot about that.
No, how was it?
It was good. It was good, but for some reason it's forgettable, and that's why I forgot about it. I didn't mention
Oh,
it. So it's made by this Mark Gatiss guy who made Sherlock Holmes. He
okay,
he kind of has a role in the show also. But they kind of start off, the first few episodes. It's a limited episode. I think it's like 5 episodes. The first 3 episodes are great. It's awesome. And the last 2 episodes, they kind of bring Dracula into modern day London, like they did with Sherlock Holmes. And
okay.
then it kind of doesn't fall apart. It just kind of falters and just kind of, you know, just just
I think that would that,
just blows off.
I think I'm gonna pass on that one. I don't think that there was
But if you like vampires and stuff, you could definitely watch it.
you know
It's fun.
I thought it would be like
It's so the idea behind the show is they wanted to like kind of give rhyme or reason to Dracula, the myths, and kind of prove stuff as
okay,
to why these superstitions work on a vampire and so on.
yeah.
But I didn't think they like 100% hit the nail on the head on that. They maybe got like 70%, so it was fine. I didn't really like the ending, but because I like vampires and vampire movies, I kind of enjoyed it. You can at least watch it for the first 3 episodes. The last two, you can just watch it so you can get closure for the show, basically. And it's not that long. It's like
I
a.
don't. There's just 3 episodes, right? So
Oh, it's just three? Then I
yeah,
think it's the first two were good, and the third one was like him in modern day London or whatever.
yeah.
So,
So
yeah.
I mean, yeah.
And speaking of vampires, the Morbius movie trailer dropped,
Oh, that
which is
was
another. It's a
yeah.
Marvel vampire, and Jared Leto gets a second chance at being a super villain, a comic book villain.
He's a
Uh,
tortured anti-hero,
yeah, he could definitely play that, and
Yeah, Jared Leto, I think, would be the perfect Morbius. He he really
yeah,
embodied
he
that
looks
role.
he looks nice. I mean, like as far as the the comic book character goes and
Yeah,
what we've seen in the trailer, he looks pretty good. Um, but yeah, we'll see how it goes. I'm sure it's gonna probably turn up like if it ends up anything even like Venom, I'd be happy with it
oh yeah,
because I
definitely.
liked Venom.
Yeah, and
A lot of people were complaining
yeah,
like bitches, but I don't care. Like Venom was good. Tom Hardy's awesome, and Morbius was the trailer so far looks good also.
and did you
So
see that Easter egg in the movie, the Spider-Man Easter egg murderer?
yeah, like on in the trailer,
Yeah,
yeah.
it
But
shows that
so
it
does that tie
is.
into them exposing
Yeah,
Spider-Man in
yeah,
the Homecoming
yeah.
movie?
It means I think it
So
exactly
they
means
were
that.
talking about Venom, with the Sony rights
Yeah,
situation, Venom and Spider-Man Homecoming kind of coexisting, and at some point they're gonna meet. They're
yeah,
gonna bring Venom into the MCU, so to say. And if Morbius and all of that comes in, and then Spider-Man can kind of, fight his villains like what um the Amazing
yeah.
Spider-Man kind of hinted at and then just flickered out like the Rhino, and they could bring in all of those type of characters also into the MCU,
I think yeah, that would be like
and
really
then so
cool.
Spider-Man doesn't have to deal with like Thanos level issues, and then
Yeah,
he'd have like his villains to fight.
yeah.
So that'd be like a cool thing to
I
see.
think it'd be like really cool because we mentioned earlier, right? Spider-Man has like a really good rogues gallery. He's got like Morbius, Venom. Imagine him
Is he
going up
called
against.
Rogues Gallery also?
Yeah, he's got a really good rogues gallery.
Is that what it's called?
Yeah, like a collection of rogues.
Right.
It's a gallery. Imagine him going up against Morbius or Venom in a single movie. I think that would be really good.
Right.
you know.
But I like Miles Morales better than Tom Holland. I know Miles Morales is not a real person, but I
Yeah,
like the Into the
you never know. I
Spider-Verse.
think Into the Spider Verse, the second part is coming out. That
Yeah,
could be like a part where he comes into the real
but that's
world.
like 2022, I think.
Yeah, I mean, there's plenty of time. Like just chill out. Plan the entire like Spider Verse.
Yeah.
Properly. Get some. Like try to like at least bring one of these characters back. Either Morbius into the Spider Verse storylines or
Hmm.
Miles Morales into the like real world kind of thing. I
Right.
think that would be really cool.
Right.
So because it did happen, right? Like uh the other one, the Spider-Man 2023 or something.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
In Miles
he yeah,
Morales, like he like time
no
jumped or whatever.
the post credit scene.
Yeah, yeah. Then he
He
time
he,
jumped.
he time
Who
jumps
was the
into
guy who did the voice for that?
Oscar Isaac.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So he time jumps into a different reality and he like matches
He,
exactly into the
yeah, but I don't know if that was just like a spoof or they were actually kind of
you,
hinting
you
at.
know it would be really good
I
if they
mean,
actually
he could come in the next Into the Spider-Verse
yeah,
movie,
as an actual like real like
time jump
yeah
type
as an
of thing.
actual like real life character and like
Hmm.
try to do something with that. That would be like really cool. And yeah,
Yeah, and well, okay, and another disappointment in January is that Cyberpunk didn't get released
I know that was like really good. I was like
for
really
the
waiting for.
Keanu Sans, which is still going strong.
Oh, the Keanu Sans is going strong. I just call me like late to the party, but I saw John Wick yesterday, and
Which one? Three?
yeah, three,
Okay.
third film. And it's like really good. It's
Halle
surprisingly they
Berry's in
just
it.
yeah, it surprisingly just continues the storyline well, and I think they made a really good franchise out of it.
Yeah, I mean they did really good story building. It took me a while to get to the first movie itself. I didn't watch it when
Yeah.
it released because I was like, it's just another
Yeah,
action movie.
yeah, I thought Keanu's
but
finished, so the
I
really isn't
didn't,
point.
I didn't know that that was this world building that they did with the the Continental
Yeah.
and all of that. But yeah, it's kind of like watching the Kingsman.
Exactly. A more
Yeah, like it's set in
rated
this.
R version of Kingsman.
Yeah, definitely rated R, but like it has its own unique setting, and it's in the real world, but it has its own.
I mean, the premise shouldn't like even like be allowed to exist. I mean, the guy goes and gets vengeance for his dog. You know,
No, but not really.
it's a simple storyline, but Keanu just makes it work.
Yeah, but I think what really amplifies that is like the world building, and
Exactly. Yeah.
and it was like so simple that it just immediately you kind of figured out on whose side you're on, and you know that there's this continental and there are these bad Russian guys, and then
These rules like you're not
everybody,
supposed to conduct business in the
yeah,
continental.
and all of that was like very well established in like like just
The first
20
two
minutes.
movies. Yeah.
You just watch it and then okay, this is what we're getting into, and so that was nice.
And three is
Uh,
no exception. I mean, the
And
fight for
four is coming out as well, right?
yeah, four is
is
coming
in
out
the
in
works.
2022,
Oh, okay, so
and
we
it's
have like a whole year.
and it
2 years.
is going up against another Keanu Sans movie, which is Matrix 4. Which is the hype is
Yes.
real regarding that.
Yes, Matrix 4 is like the one movie that I'm excited about this year. When is it coming out? The Matrix 4?
The Matrix 4 is coming out in May. I think March or May.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
That's not
May
too
21,
far.
20, May 21st, 2021.
21?
Yeah, 2021.
Oh, no, then that's like a whole year.
Yeah, that is like
Ah,
a whole
shit.
year. So, gotta
I
wait
thought
for
it was
that.
coming
Gotta
with
be
this.
patient, I think,
Yeah,
yeah, that. You want to talk about the Matrix? I mean,
we can. Yeah,
Yeah.
but I don't know. So, like, what do you expect from this Matrix movie?
nothing,
I know, like they leaked.
everything is like
They leaked
tight.
some images today
Yeah,
for like the online
I
thing.
think shooting has started right now. There was like they've started shooting on the sets of San Francisco, and
Right.
like there were Instagram
Was
photos like Keanu Reeves looks nothing like Neo with his glasses and that overcoat, with that flowing overcoat. He just comes like normal Keanu Reeves, like with his long hair, slick long black hair. You know,
what? I mean, maybe he's just walking around. He doesn't have to be like dressed as him
maybe it's like
always.
maybe this is why I think Neo has died and he has been regenerated again in the Matrix. You know,
So what happened with the Matrix Revolutions? He kind of sacrificed
yeah,
himself to
he
the
kind of
machine.
sacrificed himself, but I don't think he really sacrificed himself. He
He,
died, but then
but maybe he still kind of has a realization that this is a fake reality.
no, I think he gets regenerated as part of some other program. I think the Matrix have
Or
re-
shit, so he becomes a
yeah,
program.
he becomes a program. I think, and the main thing is like they want to try and get to him, to, like stop the future from happening. I think there's another big, like, more powerful, program other than the Matrix that has come to like wipe out humanity,
Okay.
and they need the one, but the one is like regenerated as this program inside the Matrix, and they have to go get him, get his help,
Right.
to, like stop the
Because
machine.
nobody really liked the way the Matrix Revolutions ended,
Yeah,
did we?
that's what
I mean, it was fine.
I mean,
But I,
it was fine for
but I think
that.
even like at the time, people weren't like super excited about how the Matrix
I mean,
Revolutions ended
yeah, the
because
thing
you
what I didn't
wanted.
like about the Matrix Evolution was like it was too like so much of messages were crammed into it, like Jesus sacrificing himself to save people. It was like
Yeah, yeah, but
very
that was just like
preachy.
fan theory after the movie. It
Yeah,
wasn't
it
in
was
the
so like
movie.
evident.
No, but that wasn't in the movie. It was like
Yeah,
fan theory after the movie. But like, but who? So, uh,
like there have been like a
no wait.
lot of
So okay.
there have been like a lot of
So
fan theories.
what's her name?
Carrie
Carrie Ann
Ann Moss,
Moss.
yeah,
Trinity. So she died. Did Morpheus die?
yeah, Morpheus did die.
Morpheus died.
Yeah,
She died, and Keanu, the Neo died.
yeah,
So this movie I heard deals with time travel.
the same, yeah, yeah. That's
So
there's been a
maybe
lot
they're
of
just
rumors.
going back to save all three of them, and that's the only way Trinity can come back also.
Yeah,
Because I don't know, you like sacrificed him to the machine, and maybe like he got created into like a program or something like
yeah,
that, like what you just said. But I don't think that would be how they go about it. I think somebody else is gonna try and warn these guys in the past
yeah,
before this happens,
yeah,
and
and
that gives it kind of like this really good reboot
reboot
to
kind of thing.
what.
Yeah, there are a lot of people who've been cast. Neil Patrick Harris from How I Met Your Mother has been cast. Jonathan Groff from Glee and Mindhunter.
No
Another
idea who
brilliant
he
show.
is.
Mindhunter is just absolutely brilliant.
Oh, Mindhunter. Yes,
Yeah,
yes, yes. Okay, like the white guy.
Ford, Jonathan Ford.
Yeah,
Yeah,
the
there's Tension Ford, right?
not the big guy, the
Yeah,
the
Ford.
little
Yeah,
the
the good
little
guy.
guy,
Yeah,
right?
he's like really good. Another good actor, and
Yeah, he was good. I loved Mindhunter. That was nice.
yeah, that was another brilliant movie. And
When
so
they're casting Priyanka Chopra in this. Oh
yeah,
my!
there have been rumors
Please
that
let that
Priyanka
not
Chopra
happen.
Jonas
Please let
has
that
now,
not happen.
you know,
Are you for this? I'm not for this. I'm not being racist or anything, but I really don't.
I mean,
What other movie was she in? Baywatch?
yeah, Baywatch,
Why is
that
she in The
stuck up the place.
Matrix?
Yeah, I don't think she's good enough to be in
I
a
mean,
Matrix
I
movie.
don't.
I mean,
She could have been in like Ocean's 8 or something.
yeah, something like that. I mean, something like I don't know
She
why
could
she.
maybe be in the next Pink Panther movie, like Aishwarya Rai.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Aishwarya Rai in this movie, but
No, why would Aishwarya Rai be in the Matrix?
it's Aishwarya Rai.
Can nobody
Aishwarya Rai
be
to
in the
me,
Matrix? Just leave the Matrix alone. I just want to watch the Matrix.
So, what do you think will be like, the main plot of the Matrix?
So so like in the Matrix, right? Like the first three movies, they kind of say that it's hinted at, or is it like said like clearly? I'm not sure. It's been a while since I watched those three movies,
I
but
know.
they say that the when Neo talks to he goes to the Matrix and then he talks to guy, whoever in that white room, remember, that
Yeah.
has all these screens and it's all him.
Yeah.
He's talking to him and he says, they've always been
He's the architect, right?
the architect, yeah. So he says there's always been the one. It's
More than one, yeah.
no, like the one, Neo himself, is a part of the process of the mechanism of keeping, of rebooting and keeping the people in their place and the machines thriving.
The thing is, like,
So then he kind of, yeah,
that was the entire point.
Yeah,
that
like-
was the entire twist of the Matrix, is that you can't win. The entire point of Neo coming is like a program being used to reboot the Matrix.
right. So the
Yeah.
prophecy of the one itself is a doing of the system.
Yeah.
So, and also, like, so in the end, Neo kind of strikes a deal with the Matrix, saying, "Do not destroy Zion," and then he sacrifices himself
Yeah.
to the machine, right? And then that's how these guys are saved, Zion, and the people who are existing in the real world. So that was basically the bad guy won.
The bad guy
Kinda.
won, yeah.
I mean, the good
The Matrix is still alive.
the
Let's put
Matrix
it
is
that
still
way.
alive, right? They didn't like solve a big problem.
Yeah.
It's like temporary relief for the people who are outside the Matrix. So for this one, especially since it's hinted that time travel is involved, I think it would be someone else intervening to go and just give these guys a heads up in the past, maybe, to
Yeah.
kind of, so that they can avoid or take a different route, and then they can explore more things that could happen with the one, and maybe this time around they get around to figuring out how to destroy the Matrix just as a whole.
Yeah.
That's what I'm expecting, but there's Priyanka Chopra in it, so I don't know what the fuck's gonna happen.
And like in the end of the Matrix, the Oracle tells Sati,
Right?
the character that
That girl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Oh,
Neo-
is Priyanka Chopra Sati?
I think so. I think that's what it might
Oh
be.
shit! Because she's an Indian kid, right?
Yeah. And the Oracle like tells her like Neo. She leaves it open ending. Like she leaves it like open ended.
Right.
That Neo might return. I think we might see Neo again. And Sati creates.
So
a, like,
Sati is like those Indian parents who leave her kid behind
yeah.
in that subway thing, and they die,
Exactly.
and the Oracle takes this girl into her care.
Yeah.
Oh shit! Does it say Priyanka? It still says she's rumored,
It still
right?
says she's rumored. I don't
Which, in which case, it makes sense that they pick an Indian person to play that role,
think, yeah.
because Sati was an Indian girl.
I think that
Oh shit! Okay, that's a good theory.
Yeah, that's a really good theory. Sati comes back. I think she might be the one who creates Neo again.
Yeah, that I don't know. I mean, they didn't like explain what her powers are. She was just a kid. She didn't have like any powers or anything like that. Did she have any realization about the Matrix, and or maybe she was born outside the Matrix? They didn't give like a whole backstory to her in the movie.
Yeah.
They were just kind of like a family in transit that Neo kind of meets when he has that whole thing with the train conductor.
Yeah, he meets her as a program, like a family of programs. Like Sati is a girl, like
Right.
who's a program.
Was she a program?
Yeah. It is
Okay.
a family of programs. So yeah, and then he meets the train that that subway guy.
Yeah.
The train man, the program.
conductor, yeah.
So that's I think that's Neo comes back as a program himself. And I think that
I
would
don't
be-
know. I don't think that'll happen because they said time travel's involved. Why would he have to come back as a program?
Maybe that's just one.
Because
of the-
there are other ways that he could exist
you know,
without having to come back as a
for
program.
once,
Or
like,
maybe two versions of him do exist. Like he does like, turn into a program, but someone also warns him in the past, so then he has to kind of stop himself. Oh shit! What happens if he has to stop himself?
exactly. What if he becomes a villain and there's another one?
And he's also
There
doesn't have to be another one.
Yeah,
Just
there
Keanu's in
has
it.
there has been another rumor like Mr. Anderson was the one because it specifically says like the one is someone who can change the Matrix as he sees fit.
So
Yeah.
like Anderson was the previous
one, and he has to take on you can't become the one without an antagonist.
Right.
Yeah,
So it kind of, the system
Like
kind of
Anderson,
balances out that equation by
yeah.
creating a one and then creating
creating
him
a
back
person,
into
yeah,
the entity itself that is
yeah, and then creating a
controlling and then
person, designed to stop the one so that he
shit.
can,
Okay.
So I think that would
Fuck.
be a really good. There are a lot of like possibilities, basically.
If that happens, that'd be insane.
Yeah.
But for some reason, I still want Neo to be the one. But if Neo
I
becomes
think it's
Mr.
already
Because
established
Hugo
that.
Weaving is not returning for this film, is
Yeah,
he?
exactly.
So, I mean, that does make sense if Neo becomes the new Mr. Anderson.
Yeah.
I mean, no, he was Mr. Anderson.
I mean,
Bro.
yeah.
What was Hugo Weaving's name?
I completely forgot.
The they just call him program.
I forgot.
I don't know. Can you look that up?
Agent Smith.
Oh shit! Yeah,
Yeah.
Agent Smith. So like, if Neo becomes Agent Anderson,
Yeah.
and the Neo from the past has to fight Agent Anderson, that gives that shit some real stakes. And
It would be really cool and really interesting because, and one more thing is like, I don't want another movie, big budget movie like talking about time travel, because time travel is so 2019. Every big budget movie had, at the crux of time travel to erase every mistake.
yeah, but then
I want to see something
that's still a genre that's evolving. Because I was talking to a friend who just hates time travel in
time
movies.
travel. I hate time
Like,
travel.
I don't like it because I don't understand it. There's always complicated situations. But I don't think you should try to like figure out time travel.
No.
Nobody's asking you to do that science. You just kind of, each movie has its own physics of time travel, and you just kind of buy into it. So the only requirements are that the logic of how they're explaining time travel in that movie has to be believable. If it's believable, then I'm fine with the storytelling through that logic, like they did with Endgame, right? You wouldn't say like, hey, that's like a scientifically accurate explanation for how time travel can be done. It was just like a believable, logical fiction of how time travel can happen. Because this next movie I was telling you about was Tenet, which also is like, looks like
Again,
deals,
yeah, another big blockbuster movie having the thing
deals only with time travel. And also, did you watch Tenet? The trailer, you can play the whole trailer backwards, and it still makes sense.
I never tried that.
Because that would be fucking insane. Because the theory was you could watch the whole movie front to back and back to front.
Okay.
And Christopher Nolan. And it's only because it's Christopher Nolan, I kind of believe it, that he could maybe make that happen.
Like, cool.
That would be like 10 times better than Inception.
Yeah.
It'd be like so, mind bending.
Yeah, but
that would be insane.
Exactly, but I don't want to like not only like the rules of time travel, because it's something which hasn't existed as we know. So you can make how many rules you want.
Yeah.
But the fact that there is no stakes, somebody can die down the road, and then okay, fine, we can go time travel and bring these guys back. Which is one of the reasons why I didn't handle it so well.
Just consecutively in like 3 movies, I think we've seen characters that have died being brought back. But I think we can give Matrix 4 the skip. It's been 17 years.
Which is why another reason why I hated Infinity War. Like, everybody loved the ending. I was like, dude, anyway, these guys are going to be back in another year. I mean, I don't know why people are like, crying at the fact that Peter Parker said like, Mr. Stark, I don't feel so good.
Yeah.
Like, they just announced Spider-Man 4, Far From Home, idiots. Yeah. He's going to come back,
But it's a good movie, though.
It was a good movie. I mean, they handled the time travel, like, for the most part pretty well. But the fact that, oh God, they're all going to come back, it doesn't matter whether, Black Panther's gone or
but
Bucky's gone.
For Matrix, it's just that it's been 17 years and we were kind of left hanging for Matrix Revolution's ending.
Exactly.
Right now.
And
but you never know. If he comes back as Agent Anderson, then that changes the whole thing. Even if there's time travel.
The rules have changed. Yeah, exactly. I just like to see, like, not just going back in time and, like, saving
original storytelling and being true to, like, the Matrix universe. And I think that would just make it.
I think the Wachowskis are better. I think only Lana Wachowski is returning to direct, not his sister. her sister
His
Lily.
sister.
It's a very confusing thing. I think,
Yeah.
yeah. So I don't want to like, you know, time travel is being used as a crutch nowadays. It's like a
Yeah.
way to get out of problems. I just want to see very less of time travel. You know, big blockbuster movies.
Mm.
I want like films to like own up to their mistakes and like try to like create something out of it. Otherwise, there's no
Yeah.
stakes. I mean, that's just my
But
opinion.
yeah, I mean, I get that if you're talking about Fast and Furious, but you know, they brought back the Chinese guy who died in
Yeah,
Tokyo
Han.
Drift. Han.
I just hope there's no time travel in that.
I understand if you mean that about
You know,
Fast and Furious, but Matrix. I mean, it's just one of those franchises that it's. I don't. I'm not mad about Matrix being, just using a time travel as a loophole to fix something. Also because it's been 17 years, and also because we're in Keanu Sans, and yeah, so maybe we'll give it a pass. But we'll see. There's like a whole year,
there's like a 4 year. There's another like 4 year. And
so
it's going up against John Wick Chapter 4. So, it
yeah.
could be interesting. Keanu versus Keanu. I mean, only Keanu can
I
do
mean,
that.
we'll watch both.
Yeah. But I think one of them will be moved, just because,
Right.
Keanu's, like, both the franchises are, like, really popular. I don't think anybody would, like, want any competition in that way.
Right.
So, I think one of them will get moved, but it's really interesting that the only person who can actually do that is Keanu Reeves go up against himself.
Yeah.
So, that would be, like...
And imagine if Cyberpunk is released at the same time.
Oh, that would be, like, really
When's
good.
when's the release date for
I have no
Cyberpunk?
idea,
The
man.
pushed release date?
I think Cyberpunk...
No one cares. I don't know. I want to play Death Stranding first. I haven't played Death Stranding yet.
We will get back to that, Death Stranding.
But yeah, but I love that
April
story
16th.
too. So it's not around the same time, is it?
No, it's not on the same way.
Is it the same year?
No.
It's this year, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Next year, Matrix is releasing next year.
Yeah. So it's been a shitty January. Nothing good has happened.
2020 so far.
Yeah, nothing good's happened.
Yeah.
But then there are only these couple of things to look forward to so far, like the Marvel TV shows on Disney Plus, Mandalorian season 2.
I know that's renewed. Mandalorian season 2 is like
It's
the
coming out in
boss.
March, so this year. So that's not too far out. So yeah, there are like the Morbius movie. There are a few things, but I think in February we'd know better in terms of what we could be excited about, and how these things take shape. Uh, hopefully we get more news about like the Batman movie,
Yeah.
maybe some behind the scenes of Robert Pattinson in a bathsuit.
Oh, I can't wait for that. I really can't wait for that.
Yeah, like a poster of that would be insane. So I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah. Let's see.
Anything else that you're looking forward to?
What do you
Is
think?
Umbrella Academy season 2 in the works also?
Oh yeah, I completely forgot about Umbrella
Because
Academy.
that was supposed to
one of the best TV shows.
of last year. Season 2.
They've not given a release date.
They haven't given a date yet.
Yeah. Okay. It's really sad. I really hope that it happens. Season 2 gets confirmed. Like it is confirmed, but I really hope it comes soon.
So yeah, Umbrella Academy season 2. That's something to look forward to. We don't have a release date yet. Hopefully that drops this year also.
Hopefully that drops to
So-
because that was like one of the most underrated TV shows. Netflix has put out, and I'm really happy that the second season gets to come. Where we can explore about the other storylines.
Did we review Umbrella Academy?
Yeah, we
We
did.
did, right?
Yeah, I think you can
Oh,
check
yeah.
that out.
Check that out.
Yeah.
The season 1. But yeah, but like I said, so far it's been a shitty 2020 for anything that's like movie or TV shows. So hopefully the situation gets better in February. We
Yeah.
can only hope. So we'll see what happens, and when that happens, we should probably drop more often these podcasts.
Yeah, don't worry. We'll do our level best to like put out more regular content, and our Death Standing review is coming up soon. So keep a watch for that. and we'll like try to put out like stuff about movies, comic books as usual, and there's a lot of exciting
Yeah.
new
We don't
content.
have any rhyme or reason to like what we're talking about. It's just stuff that gets us excited. It could be games, it could be TV shows or movies or yeah. We haven't talked about sports yet, but that's not something I want to get into.
Yeah.
So I don't know. We'll see. Until next time, stay tuned in.
Ciao
Peace
for now.
out.